Learning Styles, presented by myself, Felicia Cooper. The purpose of this presentation: children are continuously learning, and as parents, we strive to ensure that they can be able to learn as much as possible. Children have different abilities, and it is important to recognize the best learning style that we can apply in each of them. The purpose of this presentation is to help parents to understand the different learning styles and how these styles are applied or can be applied to teach children. Icebreaker. For a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. So basically, please analyze the above diagram once more. Who do you think will perform better in the examination? Do you think the examination is fair? Instructional strategies. In making this presentation, I will use lecture methods as well as detailed explanation. There will also be a series of questions and answers that I will use in this training. The agenda of the presentation: in this presentation, parents will be able to understand different types of intelligence displayed in children. Parents will know the way of identifying intelligence for their children. Children will also be able to understand the best way they can teach their children to maximize knowledge acquisition. Materials needed. It is important that when training your child at home to make basic materials, such some of these materials include pictures, charts, newspaper cuttings, and homemade material, etc. Introduction. We all experience the world in our unique ways. And with that comes differences the ways we learn best. In the ways we learn best. Understanding these different types of learning styles can drastically impact the way teachers handle their students, set up group projects, and adapt individual learning. Without acknowledging the understanding these different styles of learning, teachers and parents might end up with a few children lagging either in class or home because learning style unique to each child has not been activated. I'm sorry. Um, the learning style, which is unique to these children. A parent is the first education of a child, and therefore, there is every need to identify the uniqueness of your child. Um, if possible, it is important to communicate. Every good teacher has a role in strengthening the learning under him, and therefore, a good teacher is more willing to apply these different styles. There are 8 different learning styles. The logical mathematical intelligence. Children with this intelligence have problem solving skill that is very striking and is also attributed to a form of nonverbal intelligence. And there's a question. Uh, the question here is: does your child fall in this intelligence? Explain why. The linguistic intelligence: reading, chatting, sharing stories and jokes, writing poetry, learning languages, and playing games. Um, Spatial intelligence. This intelligence reveals patterns that demonstrate the child's ability. People with high spatial intelligence excel at tasks, and they excel amazingly in solving mazes, playing construction games. And the question is, what are cognitive features? Musical intelligence. Um, and that's the definition of the musical intelligence there. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Um, it is the ability to communicate ideas, etc. Um, definition. Um, Interpersonal intelligence, and that's the definition for that one. Um, Interpersonal intelligence is also popular among children who are good at communicating, working in groups, helping others, etc. Here. Um, Naturalistic intelligence, the attraction to environmental issues, and animals is related to this intelligence, etc. It's the definition there. Um, Determining the learning style, which is very important. It is the role of a parent to determine the learning style of his or her child. The best way this can be done is through observing what he or she is doing. Actions, preferences, and interests will provide information on how he or she is processing information. If the child has displayed, um, if I'm sorry, if the child has delayed in development, you may find that you focus on what your child is not uh, doing yet, etc. All children, even the most challenged, have interest and performances. Supporting the learning style of a child. Parents and teachers have a significant role that they play. Early childhood programs are mostly organized in a way that supports a range of children strength and abilities. Here's the question. How do you support your child's learning style? Supporting the learning style of a child. Parents can help children by understanding their strengths as well as individual differences. Parents also need to seek out real world experiences that can increase the learning of their children. Can a child succeed if a learning style that does not fit him is used? A learning style that does not determine A learning style, does not determine the success or failure of a child. A child can succeed in any learning style, actually, but the child will pass thorough difficulties in the whole learning process. When the right learning process is used, the child finds it easy to grasp the concept, however. What roles do schools play in making use of appropriate learning styles? Teachers are taught on how they will utilize different methods to ensure that every student understands. This is why this is why there are several indoor and outdoor activities in schools. Can a child fit in more than one learning style? Yes. A few children can learn comfortably in whichever style is used. There is no specific evidence that shows that children that are okay in any learning style are more intelligent. Is there a superior learning style? There is no learning style that is superior to another. All these learning styles are the same and holding all factors, I'm sorry, a- are the, All these learning styles are the same and holding all factors constant. A child who is a visual learner and a child that is a kinesthetic learner uh, uh, can get the same knowledge if their approach methods of teaching are used. What determines the learning style of a child? There is no there is no any external factors that influence the learning style of a child. This is a biological thing, and therefore there is no external influence. Conclusion. This is my conclusion. Parents, as well as teachers, need to know the learning styles of children. This is important because it increases the ability of the children to learn. Okay. And that includes my presentation. Thank you, guys. And these are my references. Thank you.